middle and elementary, do we have some of these same programs going on? We do in elementary, I know. But personally, I know that they read the passages and answer. Personally, I do know in middle school, so it's all adapting through, I guess, now that we have that. And a lot of it is computer generated, I know, in comprehension, which is good, because it does make them think. But we are on board all the way through at this point, is that correct?
And their presentations will be next month.
Okay.
So you're going to see.
And the biggest, our teachers are able to access these, they have full access, so they get on, they access those kids, they know from day one where they're at, they know when it's updated, and they're able to adjust what they're doing in class, where, you know, Chris Walski is way below Chris Heitman, and they'll adapt what they're doing for me and challenge him. And we're both being challenged, but he's got to be challenged at a way higher level than I've got to be challenged.
One of the co-read programs that they can do, they can pull whatever topic they want and then assign it to a student, but then also change it. So it's the same topic, but on a different lexile level. So, and it's all on a computer, so the kids don't know who's getting what passage, but it's all based on their needs. So it's definitely so much more differentiation now going on, I think, to meet all the kids' needs. But, you know, kind of like what you said, starting with the younger grades all the way up, I think we're going to see this. It may take a little bit of time, but I think everybody's seeing changes already. So.
I truly think some of the heartburn with test scores as we look at them today is we're comparing this year's 11th graders to last year's 11th graders. Totally different kids, totally different levels for some of those kids. These Lexile scores follow you and it's longitudinal data, so you get to look at it as you improve over time. You should be at a certain level by a certain grade. Are you there? Are you not? Where's that child at? And you don't let him go and get out of a testing grade when he goes to 6th, as an example. That doesn't happen with this.
Thank you very much, Ms.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Huff.
Next on our agenda is the 403B 457 Plan Administrative Services.
Mac Poss came to the office, and I think everybody here is familiar with Mac Poss. He came to the office on January 18th and wanted to talk about the administrative services of 403B 457 plan. Sorry about that. He was concerned that Plan with Ease, being such a large conglomerate, is not able to handle the individual needs that some of our people, his clients, need. They need that face-to-face. Plan with Ease is so large now, everything that you do is online, and you can go online and you can make your decisions, print out a form, get it signed, and do what you need to do. But there isn't anybody face-to-face to truly deal with those conversations or even consult with you or by phone. They're requiring online. Mac Poss's concern was that's not meeting the needs of the clients. He is recommending Doug Guillory with 403B Partners. Doug and his wife run this company. They are a small company that specializes in face-to-face, universal availability as he calls it. They can deal with everything on the 403B and the 457 requirements. They can provide the face-to-face. They can come right here to our buildings and meet with our folks. It does not cost us as a district anything. It doesn't cost our clients, or our teachers and employees, their clients, anything as well. They actually charge the companies that are providing the 403B or the 457 providers. So it's not a cost to us. It gives us better service. It allows us to provide what our people need, and I think it's going to be a better result for our employees. So I am recommending that we approve Doug Guillory as our 403B Partners company to provide 403B and 457 planning administration for us.
Are we going into a contract where we lock in with them for a certain amount of time?
No, we can stop at any time and go back to Plan with Ease. That was one of the questions that lady right over there asked. Thank you, Ms. Kay.
It's really just a customer service
Yes, sir.
issue.
Truly is just customer service. Just trying to provide better service for our employees.
Ms. Buffer,
Yes, sir.
that's Russell.
Yes, there's no, Plan with These hasn't done anything wrong or anything. It's not like we're saying that there's anything negative about them. It's just that we think because this is a smaller company that it'll be better. He can do everything that Plan with These can do for us, so. It's just a contact person really is the main thing, is we've got a better contact.
Any other questions? I make a motion that we move to this Doug Gillier provider, 43B Partners. Second. All in favor? Unanimous. Next on our agenda is a non-resident enrollment request. You have it in front of you. Pull it up, please.
Obviously, the audience cannot see the name, but this family is currently in, the mom and the children are in Greenville, I believe it is. Greenwood, okay, thank you, Greenwood. And the dad is here doing his logging work, and they bought a farm or are now taking over a family farm in McCormick. They want to be back together as a family. The student is in a private school, and they would love for their child to be in our middle school. And they are very willing to pay, as you can tell from the paper, they're very willing to pay the tuition because they're already paying for private school. I met with them personally and definitely would recommend them coming to our school. And the name that is on there for principal signature is Daniel Tankersley. I know you're not used to seeing that name, so I want to help you with who that was.
I make a motion we accept this student to our district.
Have a motion, have a second by Mr. Heitman. Any other discussion? All in favor? Unanimous. Next is Renault of High Middle School Auditorium.
This has become an annual event at the Middle High School Auditorium. It is Washington Dance Academy. They rent the the auditorium for performance at the end of the school year. This is after graduation. The last day listed here is the last day of post-planning. This will not get in the way of the school at all. You can see it on the second page of their application, the cost that they will pay, and there'll be custodial and administrative folks there to cover it. And Dr. Walski has signed it. So I recommend that we allow them to use our school facilities again for their recitals.
And we've never had any issues with them in the past.
No. Other than the date, but the date's not an issue on this one.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
We have a motion by Mr. Heitman to approve it, second by Ms. Barksdale. All in favor? Unanimous. Policies for review.
Okay, IKD, school ceremonies and observations, pledge allegiance, and JGC, student health services administrative procedures, are just for review. They're fine as they're written. As you drop below that to CA, philosophy. CA philosophy has been altered because of the changes with advanced ed. Advanced ed, I believe everybody is aware, has gone to Cognia now. Cognia took them over in 2019. Cognia, of course, changed their characteristics and their key characteristics of a good school, so I listed those here as opposed to the philosophy that advanced ed had before. Below that, I list the entire key characteristics of a good school, again mirroring what Cognia has provided. The bottom of page 2, I have not changed our purpose or our direction. All of that is remaining the same and is still as it was written before. So the only changes is Cognia's update.
attorney, he approved all that stuff?
I didn't because it's right there on the website and was real simple. It's not
Okay.
something that we're changing of what we're doing. If I change something that he needs to look at, yes, sir, absolutely.
Okay.
Any questions on these policies? How long was it advanced ed? Because it was Saks.
It was Saks.
Saks was when I got on board.
Right.
They were here. So
Advanced Ed was
didn't-
about 5, maybe 6 years. And then Cognia got involved, and I don't know if they'll change it again or not. I can't answer that. I hope not, but we'll see.
Just when you figure it out.
Yes, sir? Well, it was Saks for a long, long time, because I served on a committee down in Florida as a Saks committee member, and that was 200 years ago, so
At least.
it's been a long time.
All right, next we have the superintendent's reports.
Okay, it's that time of year again for the legislative delegate and alternate. I know that we had 2 distinguished members of this board that was disappointed they didn't get to attend in Savannah. Now, that opportunity is still available if they would like to attend.
I think Mr. Heitman would be good. since he-
Mr. Hyman, he did his, I did mine. I think it's somebody else's turn. Look.
I did it a year
I was
before.
the delegate, but it didn't happen. I'm gonna be out of town the whole month of June.
This is actually in April, so that's
I didn't want to see.
no, you have to notify us in
That's
April.
what I
I'm just
thought.
having a little
That's what I
fun.
thought.
If someone is interested, please notify us by the March meeting, which is March 8th. And then we need to notify GSBA by April of 2022. So please, if you are interested, let us know. We have more information that is in front of you, as well as some that I'm very excited to share. Food service goes through the same type of 5-year review that the school district does, although it's not under Cogni, it's done by the state board. Normally it happens every 5 years. This time, of course, COVID got in the way. It should have happened back in 20. Was put off for a year, then they started the process, and then they put it off in 21. They have finally completed it in 22. You remember last month I talked about the procurement review. That's where you go through all the bidding process and everything that you have to do in food service to make sure that you're not ordering from, say, Mr. Madsen's food service and not being fair to the whole district. So they check that to make sure you're being fair and bidding everywhere and not just at Mr. Madsen's house. So to eliminate that, they do that review. Well, our review was perfect in that and it went very well. Then they actually come on site. They check how you handle the meals, they check how you handle the delivery of the meals, the cleanliness. They go through the entire process. And everything that I have heard of, as you can imagine, for the past 2 years is how horrible this review is to get through. There's always a lot of problems, there's always a lot of gnashing of teeth, and nobody's going to be successful and they're out to get you. Well, the person that told me that got a very positive review. And she, according to Cheryl Giddens, who was here with us for 3 days, she has not yet done a review until this one where she didn't have any findings. And she's been doing reviews for, I think she said 5 years. And we also got a letter from Dr. Dodson, who was at the State Department, that is over everybody in the state, and she said the exact same thing, which should be in front of you. The school nutrition staff provided excellent customer service and displayed exemplary levels of teamwork. It is rare to have an administrative review with no findings. So I want to celebrate our food service folks for doing a super job. They had no findings. They were extremely pleased with how they handled everything, from finance to meals to serving to dealing with our kids. It was nothing but a positive review, and I'm extremely proud of them, and I think we all should be.
Good job.
Thanks for that.
kids, they're happy about it too, they get good food.
They do get good food, and we have heard from kids that come from other places how good our food is compared to where they left. We do hear that a lot.
Won't you invite us down there, let's get a free sample lunch or something.
You're welcome to come for
You
lunch.
can go in and pay
I'll
for it
even-
anytime.
I'll even buy your lunch if you would like to come by.
Which one's better, elementary school or high school? Middle?
It depends on the meal, and I've started an argument between the two. It's my fault.
Oh, boy.
The spaghetti at the elementary, in my opinion, is better. Now, of course, the high school argues with me, but I think it tastes better at the elementary for spaghetti. Okay, two more things. The Stuff the Bus program went very, very well. We completed the process. We got more financial reward this time than we did actual items. So in a way, that helps us to be able to distribute those financial gains through supplies that the kids need. That's what they're for. So in Thursday's leadership meeting, I'll distribute with the principals on what they need. We'll go ahead and get those items, get them in, and get them out to the kids as soon as possible. I want to give a big thank you to Naomi Cobb for running the Stuff the Bus program. She does an awesome job. We have a list of donors that helped us out a lot, and we will list those either in the newspaper article or we will list those on our website or both. But we want to thank all of our donors. We all know that we have an awesome community that strongly supports our schools, and we are very grateful for that. We are still talking about the farmers market. It sounded like tonight that someone disagrees with it being here at the high school. We are supposed to have a farmers market in Lincoln County coming this year, starting next month. I offered up the parking lot for the high school down here to have the farmers market in like an open air market. I thought it made a lot of sense. Well, the person that was here earlier tonight would like to do something else in a different spot. So I'm open. All I tried to do was help and provide an option for them. So the farmers market, I think, is a great idea. I think we need it in Lincoln County. There's a lot of things that people grow and either give away or could sell for a couple of nickels to help somebody else out. I love the idea of it being here at the high school because Chase McGill and his group is down there. The elementary school helps with food or growing food to go to their tables over there at the elementary. If they have extra, we could put them at the farmers market. You also have our food program down there that does cinnamon rolls and all that kind of stuff. They could sell those on a Saturday. There's a lot of things we could do if it was here, but I'm not going to say it has to be. I just threw it out as an option that we could do it in the parking lot. And as you identified, they have to be gone when it's over with because we're going to use that for parking again on Monday. So that's the idea of the farmers market. And that's all I have for superintendents.
Want to introduce Ms. Dukes to all of us?
I'd be more than happy to introduce Miss Dukes. Hello, Miss Dukes. If you don't know Miss Dukes, this is Taylor Dukes. Taylor Dukes actually graduated from here. She was a valedictorian in 2015, right?
Yeah, sure. 2011.
2011, okay. And she is going to be working with Miss Bufford starting tomorrow until the horrible day that Miss Bufford walks away. But we have the joy of Miss Dukes being here, and we know we're in good hands. Miss Dukes has been working in New York for a couple of years and got sent home due to COVID and loves being back home, and we're thankful she's here. So thank you very much for coming tonight. Taylor Dukes will be our new CFO, and we would like to welcome her. Thank you for being here. Thank you, sir.
Thank Cal.
Need a motion for doing executive session.
I'll make a motion for this session.
Second by Mr.
Yeah,
Reese.
I'll say.
I want to call our meeting back to order. Superintendent has recommended, and I make a motion that we terminate Randy Wright effective January 21st, 2022.
Second.
Second by Mr. Madison. All in favor? Unanimous. The superintendent is recommended, and I make a motion that we hire Mr. Todd Ware as a 12-month to the 12-month custodial position, effective immediately.
Second.
Second by Mr. Reese, all in favor? Unanimous. The superintendent is recommended, and I make a motion that we hire Miss April Norman as a part-time bus monitor.
Second.
We have a second by Ms. Barksdale, all in favor? Unanimous. The superintendent is recommended, and I make a motion that we accept the retirement of Ms. Kay Fincher, effective the end of the school year.
Second.
Second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? Unanimous. The superintendent has recommended, and I make a motion that we hire Ms. Florentina Farrell as a food service and custodial substitute for the 2021-22 school year. Second by Ms. Barksdale, all in favor? Unanimous. The superintendent is recommended, and I make a motion that we hire Ms. Herrera Ramos as a substitute bus driver for the 21-22 school year.
Second.
Second by Mr. Reese, all in favor? Unanimous. Superintendent is recommended, and I make a motion that we accept the retirement of Ms. Gwendolyn Andrews effective May 31st, 2022.
Second.
Second by Ms. Barksdale, all in favor? Unanimous. The superintendent is recommended, and I make a motion that we hire Ms. Lauren Osborne as the 8th grade history teacher for the 22-23 school year.
Second.
Second by Ms. Barksdale, all in favor? Unanimous. Superintendent has recommended, and I make a motion that we hire Mr. Elridge Wynn to the middle school PE instructor for the 22-23 school year.
Second.
Second by Mr. Reese, all in favor? Unanimous. Superintendent is recommended, and I make a motion that we hire Miss Michelle Andrew as food service substitute for the 21-22 school year.
Second.
Second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? Unanimous. Superintendent is recommended, and I make a motion that we hire Mr. Logan Griffin as a long-term substitute for occupational therapy.
Second.
Second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? Unanimous. Superintendent is recommended, and I make a motion that we hire Ms. April Keener to the position of media specialist at the Lincoln County Elementary School.
Second.
Second by Ms. Barksdale, all in favor? Unanimous. Superintendent has recommended, and I make a motion that we hire Ms. Sandra Martin as a parapro at the Lincoln County Elementary School.
Second.
Second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? Unanimous. Superintendent is recommended, and I make a motion that we hire Ms. Victoria Daniel as a special education teacher for the Lincoln County Middle School for the 22-23 school year. Second by Mr. Heitman, all in favor? Unanimous. Superintendent has recommended, has given us a list of recommendations for the Lincoln County Elementary School teachers to give contracts to for next year. I make a motion that we accept the list as he's presented.
Second.
A second by Mr. Madison, all in favor? The superintendent has given us a list for the Lincoln County Middle School teachers that he recommends to offer a contract to for the next year. I make a motion that we accept the list as presented by him.
Second.
I have a second by Mr. Heitman. All in favor?
Everybody but, I'm gonna abstain from all. Janice Madison.
And Ms. Madison, understand. All right, you got that, right, Ms. Lynn?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. The superintendent has given us a list of recommendations for contracts for the Lincoln County High School. I make a motion that we accept the list as presented. Second by Ms. Barksdale. All in favor? Unanimous. The superintendent has given us a list of administrative positions, the recommendations for next year. I make a motion that we accept the list as presented by the superintendent.
I'll say.
We have a second by Mr. Reese. All in favor? Unanimous. Thank you. The following teachers are being recommended as a part-time position. And the following teachers were recommended by the superintendent as part-time positions. I make a motion that we accept them, that we hire them as part-time positions for 22-23. Mr. Jeffrey McKinney, Mr. Henry Madden, Coach Lee Hopskin, and Candace Hopskin.
Second.
A second by Mr. Massey. All in favor? The superintendent has given us a adjusted, non-certificated salary schedule. Has recommended us a new adjusted, non-certificated salary schedule. I make a motion that we accept this salary schedule retroactive to January 1st, 2022.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hyman. All in favor? Unanimous. The superintendent has recommended, and I make a motion, that we give all certificated staff a $1,000 stipend.
Second.
We have a second by Ms. Barksdale. All in favor? Unanimous.
Sorry, that's a long list.
I think that's everything.
That was a mouthful.
Do you have anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn, Mr. Hyman, second by Ms. Barksdale. Thank you all very much.